Excerpt from the Buddhist Years by Jack Kerouac. On this day, which would be his 103rd birthday. I was born at 5 in the afternoon, when the sun was red on the rooftops of March, and snow was melting in the warm, mysterious air. Pisces, the 12th, 1922, Lowell, Massachusetts. Jean-Louis Kerouac. The soul fell sighing into the fault-sour sea of suffering, wondering instantly, on sight of the grainy makeup of the portals of the world. Why? The infinite had woven itself a new, limited wanderer, trapped inside a burden of flesh, at the dissolution of which, years later, in the sweet hour of the death, it would readmit to its image's ecstasy, which is not only eternal like God, but I am God, as you are, who am me, as I am you. The babe is pure, but only bearer of mind in a body of dung, chastised, evil-ized, and wrinkled, and all done with the already completed journey that began at my pink toe tips. The other end of my life would present me with the proper grave to lap the husk in, released, a sweet escapee. Death is truth. Death is the golden age. Life is not worth living. All sentient life is tormented, each of which is eternal silence and infinite emptiness, smilingly flowing to accommodate a mold of condition. The world is ever deceived, unreal, and does everything wrong anyway. Why ever give it any further consideration? My task is now to undo the world thread by thread, till I have accomplished the rope trick of Magadha. Every word, line, concept, and chapter of this book is intrinsically the emptiness flowing freely and perfectly from its smile in the womb of timelessness to serve my anxious terrestrial striving to discuss the undiscussable. From inborn ecstasy, it manifests according to ignorance directly through the lead of my pencil to the better unborn page. Excerpt from Visions of Cody. Poughkeepsie backyards on a clear, keen, painfully blue late October day, with the sky looking like it had been sugar-cured, peppered and cloved, and smoked during the night like a ham, and was retaining hints of glistening moisture in the skin, somewhere in its pigmentation. The town of Polk, and the backyards with wash hung out as far as the eye can see, because the lovely, simple apple pie wives, like Cody's wife and rickety Frisco Same, with short dresses and sexy bare legs, just naturally have agreed that Monday is wash day. So there's a silence in the mystic rippling clothesline right now, gardens of silence in the backyards. Here and there you see a garage with the door open and splintered shelves of oil cans inside. A housewife in a housecoat, shaking out her dry mop with dreamy irritation. 3 more of them going by with groceries and wondering who the fuck is sitting on Mad McCarthy's porch. The silent backyards make you think of the men who are working with their hands and left things in order during the day, left their wives to do chores that, on an afternoon like this, towels flapping in unison down the block, is symbolic. The sheets of the night are aired to Monday rumors. It is advertised to the Lord in the sunny heaven that women live here, and the earth is taken care of. Dusk will bring the men back, slamming along the walls to be let in, rolling home on clattering roller skates to occupy in a blind dream the houses that sat all day, breathing and waiting for them. Little children, meanwhile, who own the secret porches, fall a-dreaming on the swirl of clotheslines. Arctic, sad, far off, like seeing a new nation of monkeys in the trees across the river. No river, just a rill of gardens. Our levels and continents of wash, hung out by tree dwellers and 7-foot women. This is in Africa that you find in the middle of a drowsy American day. Over there, nearer, they've arrived jiggling all over with curiosity. The little fallen sparrows asking themselves questions. Swish! They're gone. September 5th, 1945. I have my own private God. My private God is my art. I don't believe in the vague, general concepts of God and art. Too many fumblers and fools are blind to allow such generalities any meaning. God, the general concept, knows them, but they don't know Him. My art, my God, this is king in my soul. Then there are the princes or demigods of my private religion. October's top prince of them all. October to me is more than a month. It's an ecstasy. I can reach a fuller understanding with this immense prince than with people. I know now as I write this that I shall never be allowed the favor, admiration, and love of my fellow beings. And that is because I am partly mad from my art, my God, and my princes. This immeasurably rich inner life would sustain me till the rotten grave if it weren't for my love of human fellowship. But it does not lie with me to choose. So therefore, I dedicate myself, to my art, my sleep, my dreams, my labors, my utterances, my loneliness, my unique madness, my endless absorption and hunger, because I cannot dedicate myself to fellow beings. I would not have myself. Louis Fernandin, this is the idea I take with me to my grave. It will be rich and fertile, and myself great by then. Journal entry, 1951, Richmond Hills, Queens, New York. I think a change has come in my life. And though that'll mean so very little, a few years, 10 years, 50 years, 100 years from now, maybe the work that I'll do because of it will mean a lot. And I hope it does. Whether my children, historians, or that ancient history worm reads this, I say it anyway. I hope it'll be true that a man can die and yet not only live in others, but give them life. And not only life, but that great consciousness of life that made cathedrals rise from the smoke and rickets off the poor, mantles fall from illuminated kings, gospels spread from twisted, tortured mouths of living saints that sit in dust, crying, 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 till all eyes see. My heart resides in a typewriter, and I don't have a heart unless there's a typewriter somewhere nearby with a chair in front of it and some blank sheets of paper. Jack Kerouac, atop an Underwood, early stories and other writings. You hurry while I stand here trying to recapture the past, and here you are brushing it aside, the past of tomorrow, which is the present of today. You are brushing it aside as you string along, intent on your cheap, present, practical, and physical desires and comfort. You fool, wait, don't hurry. Get out of my house. And then on the way home, I think about the fool and the other fools and myself, a fool, hurrying away the past of tomorrow like I had hurried away the past of today in the past. Fools, I think. Myself a fool. I must take it slow now and look at the present and say to myself, look, John, hold the present now because someday it will be very precious. Hug it and hold it. And just yesterday, I was sauntering home, thinking about the future. The future? What a fool. I myself, a fool, hurrying. Jack Kerouac, atop an Underwood. Unnamed Poem 1 from Scattered Poems. I clearly saw the skeleton underneath all this show of personality. What is left of a man and his pride but bones, and all his lost snacks and nights, and the bathtubs of liquor through his gullet. Bones. He mopes in the grave, facial features changed by worms. From him is heard no more. Life is sick. Dogs cough. Bees sail. Birds hack. Trees saw. Woods cry. Men die. Ticks try. Books lie. Ants fly. Goodbye. 1960.
San Francisco, San Francisco, you're a muttering bum in a brown beat suit, can't make a woman on a rainy corner. Broken plastic coverlets flapping in the rain to cover newspapers all printed up in plain. Guys with big pockets and heavy top coats and slit scar, head bands down, the middle of their hair, all Bruce Barton combed, stand surveying Harrison, Folsom and the ramp, and the red brick clock, wishing they had a woman with some money, honey. Westinghouse elevators are full of pretty girls with classy cans and cute pans and long slim legs and eyes for the boss at 4:15. Old age is an Indian with gray hair and a cane and an old coat, tapping along the rainy street to see the pretty oranges and the stores on his big day when the dogs let out. Praised be man, he is existing in milk and living in lilies, and his violin music takes place in milk and creamy emptiness. Praised be the unfolded inside petal flesh of tenderest thought. Petrels on the follying wave valleys idly sing themselves asleep. Praised be delusion, the ripple. Praised be the holy ocean of eternity. Praised be I, writing, dead already and dead again. Dipped in Ancid Inkle, the flammed of Tim, the Anglo-Oglo-Saxon maneuvers of old poetos. Praised be wood, it is milk. Praised be honey at the source. Praised be the embrace of soft sleep, the valor of angels in valleys of hell on earth below. Praised be the non-ending. Praised be the lights of earthman. Praised be the watchers. Praised be my fellow man for dwelling in milk. And you know, in the ocean, there's a very sad turtle. Even though the SS mainline fishing ship is reeling in the Merritt like mad, swims long-mouthed and sad, looking for the impossible except once afternoon when the yoke, oh, the old Buddha yoke, set afloatin', is in the water where the turtle raises his be-watery snop to the sea, and the yoke yokes the turtle of eternity. Tell me, O bhikkhus, what are the chances of such a happening? For the turtle is old, and the yoke free, and the 7 oceans bigger than any we see in this tiny party. Chances are slender. In a million billion kotis of eons and incalculables, yes, the turtle will set that yoke free. But till then, harder yet are the chances for a man to be reborn a man in this karma earth.